Hello, beautiful soul. Someone has been hearing your name over and over again without ever expecting it to affect them this deeply. This wasn't planned. This wasn't something anyone intended to happen. In fact, the conversation began as something completely ordinary. Your name simply came up. Someone mentioned you in passing, shared a story, described something you had done, or spoke about an interaction they once had with you. At first, the person listening wasn't paying much attention. They believed it would be another ordinary conversation that would disappear from memory within minutes. But something changed. The moment your name entered the room, their attention quietly shifted. Without realizing why, they stopped what they were doing. They listened more carefully. It wasn't because of the words alone. It was because your energy somehow traveled through someone else's voice. That may sound impossible, but sometimes spirit works through the smallest moments. Sometimes destiny doesn't announce itself with dramatic signs. Sometimes it arrives disguised as a casual conversation. This feels like one of those moments. The person speaking about you wasn't trying to convince anyone. They weren't praising you excessively. They weren't attempting to create interest. They were simply telling a story, yet every sentence seemed to awaken something inside the listener. The cards keep showing me curiosity growing stronger and stronger. The kind of curiosity that refuses to disappear. They kept asking questions. What are they like? Have you known them for long? What kind of person are they? Every answer only made them more interested. Normally, this person doesn't become fascinated by someone they haven't met. They're careful, they're logical, they're not easily impressed. People around them know this. Which is exactly why everyone noticed what happened next. The conversation ended, everyone moved on, but this person didn't. Even after everyone left, your name remained in their thoughts. Hours later, they remembered something that had been said about you. The next day, they found themselves wondering what you might actually be like. They imagined your voice. They imagined your smile. Not because they were creating fantasies, but because something inside them kept returning to you naturally. Spirit is saying this wasn't simple attraction. It was recognition. Sometimes souls recognize an energy before two people ever stand face to face. That recognition doesn't always make logical sense. It simply feels familiar. As though somewhere beyond this lifetime, the connection already existed. Now I want to tell you something important. The cards show that this person has quietly started paying attention whenever your name appears again. If someone mentions you, they notice. If another story about you is told, they listen. If your name appears in a message, their eyes immediately move toward it. No one realizes they're doing this. They hide it well. Outwardly, they remain calm. Internally, something has changed. There's another energy coming through very strongly. Someone around them has begun teasing them, not in a cruel way, simply noticing that they suddenly ask about you more often than before. They've even been caught smiling while hearing something positive about you. They quickly changed the subject, but people noticed. And once people notice something like that, it's difficult to hide. This person isn't obsessed with appearances. They're much more interested in authenticity. The stories they've heard describe someone genuine, someone kind without needing attention. Someone whose presence makes other people feel comfortable. Whether every detail is completely accurate doesn't matter. What matters is the impression that has formed inside them. And that impression continues growing. Spirit keeps showing me a bridge that hasn't been crossed yet. One side represents your life, the other represents theirs. Right now, both of you continue living separate days, separate routines, separate conversations, yet someone in the middle already sees the possibility of introducing you. Perhaps they haven't decided exactly when, perhaps they're waiting for the right moment, but the idea has already entered their mind. That's significant. Because introductions often begin long before they happen physically. Someone first imagines it, then they consider it, then circumstances slowly begin arranging themselves. This reading feels exactly like that. There's no need to force anything, no need to chase, no need to wonder whether you're enough. Your energy has already begun doing what words cannot. Without trying, without knowing, without even being present, you've left an impression. Now let's talk about the emotional side. This person has experienced disappointments before. They've become cautious, they don't trust first impressions easily. That's why they're questioning themselves. They keep asking, why can't I stop thinking about someone I've never met? They've tried explaining it logically. Perhaps they're simply curious. Perhaps it's coincidence. Perhaps they're overthinking. Yet every explanation feels incomplete. Deep down, they know something different is happening. The feeling keeps returning, not loudly, quietly, consistently. Like gentle waves reaching the shore again and again. Spirit wants you to know something beautiful. Your life touches people in ways you'll never fully witness. Sometimes your kindness is repeated in conversations you never hear. Sometimes your strength becomes someone's inspiration without your knowledge. Sometimes your name carries warmth into rooms you've never entered. That is happening now, whether this becomes romance, friendship, a meaningful opportunity, or simply an unforgettable meeting. The connection is already alive energetically. The cards refuse to show distance remaining forever. Instead, they continue revealing movement, timing, alignment. One step leading naturally toward another. I also feel a message for those who have been doubting themselves recently. You may have questioned whether people truly notice you, whether your presence matters, whether anyone remembers you after you've gone. Spirit says yes, more than you realize. You often underestimate the impact your energy leaves behind. People remember how they felt around you, even when they forget specific conversations. Energy lingers, kindness lingers, authenticity lingers. That's exactly what is happening here. This person doesn't remember every word they heard about you, but they remember how hearing about you made them feel, and feelings are much stronger than facts. Another card appears. It's the card of unexpected timing. This tells me the meeting won't happen exactly when either of you expects. It will feel spontaneous, almost accidental. Yet later you'll both realize it couldn't have happened any other way. Everything before that meeting is quietly preparing both of you. Every conversation, every delay, every unexpected turn. They're all serving a purpose. So if you've recently felt impatient, if you've wondered why certain connections haven't arrived yet, please don't mistake delay for denial. Spirit works with perfect timing, not rushed timing, not anxious timing, perfect timing. This reading isn't asking you to wait passively. It's asking you to continue becoming the happiest version of yourself. Continue creating your own joy. Continue following your own path. Because the strongest connections usually arrive while we're fully living our own lives, not while searching desperately. The final energy is incredibly peaceful. I see someone smiling the first time they truly meet you, not because you've done anything extraordinary. Simply because the reality of you matches the beautiful energy they've already sensed from afar. There's relief in that moment, a feeling of, so this is the person I've been hearing about, and somehow they're even better than I imagined. That moment carries sincerity, no pretending, no masks. Just two energies recognizing that the path leading to this meeting began much earlier than either of them realized. If this message has found you today, receive it as confirmation that your energy travels further than your footsteps. Your presence reaches places you've never been. Your story enters conversations you never hear, and somewhere someone is slowly becoming more curious about the person behind your name. Trust the unfolding, trust the unseen preparation. Trust that the right people are already finding their way toward you, even if the path is still invisible today. Because some meetings begin long before two people ever say hello. And according to the energy surrounding this reading, one of those meetings is getting closer with every passing day.